Coach, just want you to ask. Just want to ask you about the SEA Games, some updates and the latest.
Yeah, forming a team has been a challenge because it's been very difficult to get teams to release their players, particularly the teams that are playing overseas. So it's been a little bit difficult getting the players that we thought we would be able to get. Right now, we do have some commitments from some guys who are willing to play, and they are. I'll just give you the names so you don't have to ask me who they are. Right now, Justin Brownlee, Lance Kwame, Ray Parks, Lee Martin, Matt Wright, David DeFonso, Jason Brickman, and DJ Craig have committed to play for the team. We still have 4 slots left. We're hoping to be able to add big men because you can see if you listen to the names I gave you, we lack bigs. And we were hoping that we might get some consideration from the UAP because they have a lot of big men there that could help us, and they're young and they're good. So we're hoping that they'll be able to make some adjustments to be able to allow some of their players to play in the Southeast Asian Games.
Coach, the eligibility, they said about the passport.
Just passports, yeah.
Just passport. So it's not like the FIBA. It's not like a strict FIBA rule, okay?
Yeah. In a way, it's made it a little bit easier to recruit because they didn't have to get their passports before they turned 16 years old. But on the other side, like I said, we were turned down by the teams from Korea and the teams from Japan for the most part, as far as being able to recruit the Filipino players playing there. So that took a lot of talent off the table as far as who we could recruit.
Coach, when will Remy Martin come to the Philippines?
I haven't really set up a date for him to come here yet. It's still very far from the games. I don't expect him to be here any earlier than he has to be, which will probably be the end of November.
But based on your communication with him, how
he's committed to play.
Yeah.
But when he'll arrive, I don't know at this point. I don't even know what time we're going to start practice. Until I get a complete lineup, I won't really be making any announcements about those things.
But because the UAP will be maybe sometime around December, they will end their season. So is that a problem in terms of?
It's a problem. That's why I mentioned it earlier. That for us to be able to hopefully recruit some of their star players into the SEA Games team, judging by the schedule that they've released so far, at least the one that I've been seeing, we would need for them to make a little bit of an adjustment to accommodate the SEA Games team.
Despite the problems with the UAE, which particular players are you eyeing that you want to bring over?
I'd rather not mention their names. I mentioned the other names because they've already committed, so I can actually come out and publicly say that, but I would not want to mention somebody's name who has not committed to the team.
Which the MPBL players have been given the clearance?
Can I go back to your question? But I have talked to the UAP players, though, and they have indicated they would be willing to play if given the opportunity. What were you saying?
The MPBL, you mentioned Dave, right?
Well, Dave is from there, Brickman is from there, so there are a couple of names there from the list.
Yes. But their season is also sometime in
But
December.
we also have to get them released also. Hopefully the MPBL will help us. And they'll release their players to the SEA Games team. I told you it's been very challenging.
What should there be possible PB players? Of course, it will depend on the All-Filipino tournament.
That might be a question for Commissioner Marshall.
But you're open.
You know, he's already said that there would not be any players released, right? So you would have to ask him whether he might be willing to take a second look at that. If we cannot recruit players.
What's any news about the other teams? Have you any idea about their composition?
I have some video on some of the teams, but I haven't really sought any news on them. I've been just trying to get my own team together. Right now, that's the most important thing, to get a team together that we can form and then get them here at least for 2 weeks of practice, hopefully, a week and a half of practice, and we'll do our best to prepare for the games. And you say, why the lack of practice time? Well, you can see, you get the UAP players, they're playing. You get a guy like Matt Wright, or you get a guy like Ray Parks, they're playing. They're playing overseas. So it's going to be hard to get a lot of practice time when these guys are coming from other teams and they're coming in to join the see against team.
So, ang important was that the other players were released by their club teams, like Ray and...
Well, in the case of Kwame and Brownlee, they're with the national team already. I have not actually asked Ray if he has gotten his release from his team. It was he that said that he would be able to accomplish that. So, same thing with Matt Wright. Martin, I know his season is over. It's getting ready to begin again. So I'm sure he'll talk to his team before. You know, the situation with a lot of these players are they have responsibilities and obligations to those teams, but they want to play for the national team. Even the guys that aren't playing. I mean, there are a lot of guys, to be frank with you, and playing in South Korea right now who are all committed to play. And then later on they found out they could not. So, I mean, those guys also want to be a part of the team, but you know, they have obligations also.